A showdown with a live shooter puts Joe Kenda directly in the line of fire.
He's announcing he's going to kill his family. He's going to kill us.
Which leaves his wife, Kathy, wondering if he's dead or alive.
That scared the crap out of me.
Linda, is he okay?
And has hit home this hard.
I'm going to kill your husband. I'm going to kill your kids. But first, I'm going to kill you.
I thought, okay, I'm going to blow his ass away.
Believe it or not, my mom's pretty hardcore.
No.
Because being married to a cop is not for the faint of heart.
I don't think you ever know what you signed up for until you're in the moment.
I wanted to be a police officer. It was an occupation that had an element to it of maybe I'm not coming home tonight. My wife, Kathy Kenda, harbored that fear the whole time I was a policeman. But the job came first to me.
It was in the middle of winter. It was very cold in Colorado Springs. I'm a very heavy sleeper.
Joe, do you hear that?
And I usually didn't wake up unless something really loud happened.
Joe. Oh.
That night, Joe was out working. When I heard this sound, and I thought, I don't know what that is. And I finally realized that it was water running. So I went out into the garage. The pipe in the garage was frozen and it had burst, and there was water all over the garage.
You have got to be kidding.
And I thought, oh my God, what a mess this is going to be.
Across town, Sergeant Joe Kenda is working the overnight shift.
Patrol activity is the same back in the 80s as it is today. You are a general practitioner.
I didn't do nothing.
If somebody needs the police for any reason, you respond.
Watch your head.
In this particular night, you're anticipating who knows what.
Also working the overnight is CSPD dispatcher Linda Stevenson.
4 Paul 1, come in. 4 Paul 1, come in.
Go for 4 Paul 1.
Sergeant, we have a report of a hostage situation near Palmer Park.
This woman makes a call, says her husband has a rifle. He's going to shoot everybody in the house.
I went dead before we could find out.
When you get a call like that, you respond as quickly as possible.
10-4 on the way.
He's capable of any behavior, to include killing his own family.
All right, let's get in position. Once we're covered, I'll try and make contact.
I sit down at the right front wheel of my block between me and that gun. Use the police car as a barricade between us and gunfire if it occurs.
Hey, we're here to help. Let's talk about this.
We try to make contact with him. He's not having it.
Oh, no, Pig. Don't think you're gonna come in here and try to take my wife out of this house. She deserves what she gets.
He's screaming at us, screaming upset at us. He's obviously been drinking. He is emotionally distressed to the maximum. I hear a child crying in the house because obviously things are out of control.
He's got a gun.
Daddy has a gun.
I got eyes on a rifle. He's got 2 hostages inside, possibly the wife and child. But we need backup now.
I swear to God, I'll take you all out, all of you.
Dispatch, we need backup now.
Meanwhile, at the Kenda household, Kathy is taking care of the broken water line.
I've known the Kendas since 1992. Kathy is I've got this thing to fix, and I'm going to get over it, under it, or around it.
Except there's still one.
The whole garage, the whole driveway, and into the road was frozen. And I thought, okay, Joe is going to come into the garage with the car, and he's going to do a donut and end up in our rec room. I need to tell Joe that we have all this black ice.
Dispatch.
Hi, Linda?
This is Kathy Kenda.
If I wanted to get in touch with Joe, he was on duty.
Yeah, I just need to talk to my husband real quick.
Sure, Kathy. Is everything okay?
Yeah, we just had a pipe burst, and now the driveway's icing over. I just wanted to warn Joe before he comes flying home and crashes into the house.
I knew Linda really well. She's a great person.
He's out on a call right now, but hold on. I'll get him on the line.
So I'm waiting for backup to arrive, and I hear the radio crack 4 Paul 1.
Go 4 Paul 1.
I've got your wife on the phone. She said you have a burst pipe at home. I'm going to patch her through.
What?
And I just stared at that microphone. I have kind of a bigger problem at the moment.
I tell her I'll call her back.
And I could hear crack, crack, crack.
Oh my God!
My heart started going, and I was instantly frightened.
We need backup now.
I'm thinking, oh my God. I encouraged him to be a police officer. I don't think you ever know what you signed up for until you're in the moment. I met Joe when I was a junior in high school, and he was a sophomore, and I met him at a basketball game.
Something about her struck me.
He had the prettiest blue-green eyes. I thought he was really handsome, and it went from there.
We were married the day after Christmas, 1967. We will be married this year for 51 years.
I think they found a balance that worked really well for them. And they both have spectacular senses of humor. That doesn't hurt.
My father's business, when I got out of college, which was a trucking business that moved newspapers around western Pennsylvania, we weren't making any money, and I wound up hating it. And Kathy hated it.
I knew that things were not working with his current job, and so I put the kids to bed one night, and I had a...
What's wrong?
Joe, you're going to sit down and you're going to listen to me. This isn't working.
I said, we don't have enough money to make it through the month.
If we're going to stay married, you need to find another job.
Are you serious?
Look at me, Joe.
I don't care what it is, and I don't care where it is. But if you don't do anything within the next year...
You're right. You know, I always wanted to be a police officer.
Great, do that.
Fine, go be a policeman.
As long as you're happy and we can feed our family, I don't care.
So I applied to several departments, and Colorado Springs was the first one that made an offer, and I accepted. And we took Horace Greeley's advice, and we went west.
Once the Kendas settled into their new hometown, Joe dove headfirst into police work.
Hold still, ma'am. You're gonna be okay. We're gonna take really good care of you, I promise.
No, I need to go. I don't need to be here.
Get Kenda, we need Kenda. Get Kenda, we need Kenda in here now.
But Joe wasn't the only one on the front lines.
What's her status?
Blood pressure 170 over 90, heart rate 110.
As a float nurse in 1975.
She was always a very involved mom to us, but our whole life growing up, she was a part-time nurse. That was often a very stressful job for her.
Go tell Dr. Richards we need him here, now.
Believe it or not, my mom's pretty hardcore. 4 years as a registered nurse. She doesn't brook any slack from anybody.
What's your name?
Bree.
Bree, listen to me. You're going to be okay. Down, and that's going to hurt even worse.
I do think nursing was a really good job for Kathy because she is nurturant, but she is also able to make decisions.
While the Kendas both had important and demanding jobs, Joe's often took precedence.
All right, here you go, kiddos.
You're welcome.
We had a deal that he made and I made the fun money. So I didn't work full time. But I had the kids, I had the house, and I had everything else along with a part-time job.
Mom would cook dinner every night. It's always been the four of us, and I treasure that.
Are you going to be home for breakfast?
No, I'm working overtime tonight. They still have me on that special assignment.
Oh, I got it. Sorry, Mom. That's okay, sweetheart.
Grace under pressure.
All right, you two be good for your mother, okay?
Okay. Yes, Dad.
I knew it was affecting her, and I must admit I didn't care. I believed that I was doing what I was meant to do. I was good at it, and I loved it. And she suffered for it.
Kenda continued his career, racking up arrests and commendations. But there's a flip side to that success.
Something we experience as policemen routinely. We've made a lot of enemies over the years.
One night, early in Kenda's career, that fact became terrifyingly clear.
I still had a training officer, and Kathy was at home with the babies.
I had put the kids to bed, and I was sitting up watching television, and I got this phone call.
Hello? Hello?
I'm going to kill your husband. I'm going to kill your kids. But first, I'm going to kill...
Of any policeman is that your work will come home to you. And once it happens, if it ever happens, you don't ever get over it. Here we have Kathy Kenda, brand new rookie wife. And somebody called Kathy on the house phone.
I'm going to kill your kids. But first, I'm going to kill you.
Threatened her and the children. And she is terrified.
I hung up on him and he called me right back.
Hanging up won't save your life, sweetie.
This isn't funny. You need to stop calling here.
Where you live, you have a black couch with a round glass coffee table on a blue carpet. I'm watching you now.
I mean, that's enough to make anybody's skin crawl.
He knows exactly where we live. That scared the crap out of me. And I called dispatch.
I don't know who this guy is. I don't know if he's outside right now.
Okay, just remain calm.
And the police department jumped into action. They said, okay, we've got cars en route. We're going to notify your husband.
Doors and windows are secured.
Okay, thanks.
But even with help on the way, Kathy isn't taking any chances.
The pistol that she had was an off-duty pistol. They used to carry a 3-inch barreled 38 caliber revolver. 6-shot. And she was prepared to use it. And the windows start to rattle as if somebody's trying to see if it's locked.
I think the thing that drew the line was she knew there was someone there.
And she opened that front door and went outside to defend her family, to the death if necessary.
My heart was in my and I was shaking. My mom, a grizzly bear, came out big time.
She assumed a shooter's stance, as I had taught her.
You could not see him. It was dark. I thought, okay, I'm going to blow his ass away.
Police! It's okay. Point the gun down.
And I realized it was a cop.
It's okay.
Oh, God. I am so sorry.
It's okay.
At that moment, Joe came up the driveway.
Kathy, you okay?
Oh, I'm okay. I thought he was trying to break in.
I had an overwhelming sense of relief that my wife was standing there perfectly fine with a gun in her hand, but she's perfectly fine.
Parked down the road so I could sneak up and try and catch the guy. I went around the back to make sure you were safe. What are you wearing?
And I thought, oh my God. Because I had just a little peignoir on.
Oh, thanks for coming out.
The very first thing I did the next morning was call the phone company.
Oh, great. We're all set.
But what about the guy who threatened me?
Well, we traced the call from last night and figured out who it was. That's some nut job I gave a speeding ticket to a couple weeks ago. You're not going to have to worry about him any longer.
Somebody asked me if did that situation make me realize how tough she was. No, it didn't. I always knew that. One of the many reasons why I fell in love with her.
I worked in Memorial Hospital, which was the city-owned hospital. So I knew taking care of people that Joe had handled.
But once her husband became a homicide detective, their paths would cross in ways she felt less comfortable with.
One day, I went to Memorial Hospital to check on a gunshot victim because if they're going to die, they're a front burner issue.
Good morning.
Good morning, doctor.
Now, when I was wearing a suit, I looked like a doctor. I never said I was a doctor, but I never said I wasn't either. The most impossible thing to do is to get a doctor on the telephone. It'd be easier to call the White House and speak to the president than it is to speak to a doctor. So I taught myself how to read charts. And I did it in all the hospitals in the city. Now that's completely illegal. That didn't concern me. I had practical matters to deal with.
Unfortunately for Detective Kenda, Kathy didn't see it.
Hi, dear. I didn't see you there.
He was reading a chart. This is a big no-no for hospital. And I said,
what on earth do you think you're doing?
What's it look like I'm doing? Reading this chart.
I said, you can't read his chart. I said, you don't have a warrant for doing that.
You're going to get me fired.
Just need 2 more minutes.
Oh, damn it, I'm serious. Hand it over and get the hell out of here.
Kathy, you cannot talk to a doctor that way.
I'm not.
Stop, and he's my husband. And I said, he's not supposed to be reading charts.
Sir, I'm going to need you to leave immediately.
All right. I guess this belongs to you.
So then he threw me out.
See you later.
That night, when we got home, he said, you shouldn't have done that. I said, you're not going to jeopardize my license because you're too darn lazy to go get the proper paperwork in order to read a chart.
But worse than these annoyances was Kathy's constant fear that Joe may not come home. And there was no avoiding that fear on that cold winter night.
We need backup now.
In 1982.
You want some of this? Huh? Hold your fire until backup arrives.
So we're in a situation where I've got a hostage and he's shooting at us occasionally. And my wife's on the phone with a plumbing problem in my house. That's known as a stressful circumstance in most people's judgment.
God, Joe, are you okay?
I had no idea that Kathy could hear what we were talking about. I assumed she was on hold on a phone.
When he's getting shot at, I'm thinking, oh my God, I didn't sign up for this crap.
Drop the gun now!
I honestly thought that the condition of this guy and his level of rage, I was scared. You're scared now because you should be.
She kind of comes home to you just how dangerous some jobs can be, whether you're getting shot at or not.
Think about being shot at. You know, who wants that job?
There's always the possibility that some fragment of that bullet's going to find its way through the sheet metal and hit you in the ear and put you down for the count. You don't know.
Although Kathy understood the sacrifices a cop's wife has to make, there were times where Joe's absence was almost unbearable.
Back in the 80s, our life was lived without cell phones. We had a communications device in our house called a refrigerator.
All the important stuff was on the refrigerator, old school refrigerator magnets. You know, be home this time, see you tomorrow.
Mom, is Dad gonna be home before we go to bed?
No, looks like it's gonna be another late night tonight, hon.
I could sense that Mom was worried about Dad sometimes, but the only thing to do about it is to remember that Dad's good at what he does, and that everything's probably going to be fine. And if it's not, we'll deal with it when it comes.
He was in a profession where they go to work.
Oh, Mom, my track meet got pushed to Wednesday after school. Can you still make it? Mom?
I'm sorry, honey. Yeah, I'll be there.
And I can't imagine that there were not times that must have been excruciating.
There would be nights where I would think, oh my gosh, you'd get a feeling or something like something's gonna...
It is a very scary case when you realize that he could be killed at any time.
Hello?
The thing that runs through your mind is, he better be all right, because I don't want to raise 2 kids all by myself. One night, I was at home, and Joe was on duty. I was scared, I was shaky, and I thought, how would I handle the kids? How would I handle raising them?
Hello?
Kathy, it's me.
What's going on?
I just wanted to let you know I was okay.
Joe, what's going on?
One of our guys got ambushed. He's not gonna make it.
Joe was very good about one thing. If a policeman was shot, I got a phone call right away.
Where are you?
I'm at a payphone on the south side.
He didn't elaborate as to who it was.
We've arrested the suspect. I just wanted you to hear from me first. I'm not gonna be home for some time. I have to talk to the family.
I'm so sorry, Joe. Joe? I love you.
I love you too. Bye.
I buried 7 friends of mine on the police department over my career. Kathy stopped going to the police funerals because they're beyond ugly. There's a bagpipe, and they always play the pipes.
Is everything okay?
Yeah, he's okay.
There, but for the grace of God, my husband is still alive, and that poor lady's husband is dead.
People often ask me, they say, how'd you find a balance between what you did and you as a family? I don't know. You have children, yes, but you also have to have a job. And it's difficult to juggle the two, based on what I was doing, which is probably why I was successful at it. But the rest was white noise.
That contrast never was in sharper relief than when the kids were in their adolescence and Kathy had moved to the postnatal unit.
It was a typical workday for me. I was up in the intermediate nursery, which means those babies are premature. So you have to feed them via tube, take care of. And these babies need to be on a very strict schedule till they grow and go home to their moms.
Kathy, there's a phone call from dance school. It sounds urgent.
What?
They said that he had been in an accident out on the track. He had fallen and he had opened his knee up and he needed to go to the hospital. I said, I need you to act as a mother and to be seen at the emergency room, or whether it can wait until the shift is over.
I saw white. It could be ligament or even bone.
It was pretty gouged. I mean, it was all the way down to the kneecap.
Well, either my husband or I will be there right away. Thank you.
So I called dispatch.
Dispatch.
Linda, it's Kathy.
I need to get a hold of Joe right away. Dan has to go to...
Try him. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's just, I've got 3 critical patients, and this isn't something where I can just step away from the hospital. I really need Joe this time.
And dispatch said, we can't get a hold of him. He's out at the Air Force Academy, and the pagers don't go that far, which made me very mad.
Damn it, Joe.
It's not his fault, Kathy. We'll keep trying.
Okay, well, just tell him to meet me at Memorial Hospital as soon as possible.
Loyalty for a job, but she had kids too, and they're like the wild card in any situation.
Hey, I've got a family emergency, but I need you to watch my babies, and I'll be back by 1 p.m. to feed them.
I said, I have to go and pick my son up and get him to the emergency room.
Are you sure you can make it? I can make it.
I drove like crazy over to the school that went 10 miles.
It's gonna be okay, baby.
She had timed out to the minute how long it would take her to get to him and then get back to the hospital to feed the premature baby that had to be fed on the dot.
So she blasts off in this car, and she's got a lead foot anyway. And she gets stopped by a police car.
License registration, please. Mrs. Kenda?
And I know the guy.
Hi, Bill.
I said, if you're going to give me a ticket, follow me to the hospital. I have to throw Danny into the emergency room.
You gotta do what you gotta do, but I've gotta go.
Okay, I'll lead you.
And I put the car in gear and I took off.
With just a couple minutes to spare, Kathy drops her son.
Hey, hon, they're gonna take real good care of you, and I promise I'll be back just as soon as I can, okay?
Okay. I said, I will sign him in later, and I went flying up to the nursery to feed the baby.
I most definitely have a newfound respect for my mother, balancing her career as a nurse and getting us both through everything alive.
While Kathy is feeding the premature baby, Joe Kenda arrived.
Hi, I believe my son Dan Kenda's been admitted.
I had no knowledge of Kathy racing across town and having to feed a baby in Pete's ICU. I knew none of that.
Then I had to come back down to the emergency room to do the paperwork.
Joe.
I'm sorry I couldn't get here any sooner.
It's okay. The good news is Dan is gonna be fine. You're gonna need to fill out some paperwork, and then you can take him home.
Kath, I can't. I've got this homicide.
The shit.
Is this a new murder or a follow-up?
I've got some new leads on an open case.
Well, I have 3 babies I've got to keep alive today.
I'm sorry, Kath, I gotta go.
Fine.
I was thinking that we're going to have a come to Jesus tonight when I get home.
She never said anything, but I know she was furious, and I thought, uh-oh, maybe I don't go home tonight. It looks like that's going to be a bad idea. You get married, yes. You have children, yes. But you also have to have a job. And it's difficult to juggle the two. It is for everyone, not just a policeman and a nurse. Everybody has to make do.
Fine.
When Dan was injured, Joe said that his job was very important and he couldn't stay. And I decided that we were going to have a come to Jesus later in the evening regarding this whole situation.
That night, after tucking the kids in bed, Kathy waited for Joe to come home.
I can't believe you just left the hospital today. I needed you and you just walked away. But Joe, you're always busy working a murder case. You always act like every minute of your precious cases is a emergency, and that's bullshit.
I wouldn't want to be in the house when there was a Kenda fight, I'll tell you, because those are two forces of nature.
It's been a long day. We have to do this right now.
Listen, Kenda, this is happening.
Joe Kenda knows that Kathy Kenda is not happy when I say, Kenda, you gotta do this right now. And looking at him.
I couldn't get a hold of you. Dan's knee was lacerated all the way down to the kneecap.
There were occasions when the frustration and the complications of having children and a job would overwhelm her and make her really angry.
Kathy, you know my job's important.
Yes, it's important, but so's mine. Today I was trying to keep a baby alive. Your victims are already dead.
And the root of the argument would always be the same, that we both have important jobs. She was right.
If they call you and they call me and it's our kid, you damn well better be able to break away and stop chasing after the bad guys. I never tell you I need help unless it's dire. And if I tell you I need help, I need help.
He needed to know that when I work, we need to help each other out at that point.
You don't know what it's like, Kath. It just doesn't work like that.
I can't believe you. I'm going to bed.
In my own mind, I thought if you only knew the things that I have seen and done that I've never told you about and never will tell you about, maybe you wouldn't be quite so angry with me, but I would not do that because it wasn't fair. I kept it from her to protect her from the nastiness of it all.
But despite Kenda's efforts to shield Kathy from the most nightmarish, on one cold winter's night in 1982, it all came to a head.
Linda, is he okay? Oh, sorry, honey. I didn't realize if you'd hear that. Don't worry, he is okay.
I'm not real crazy about hearing gunshots, especially when they're directed at my husband.
Kathy, I gotta go.
Okay, thanks.
This is the only time I ever heard him actually being shot at. And it scared the heck out of me. And there were plenty of police on the scene, and it was unclear what sparked this mess or what anyone was going to do about it.
He's got 2 hostages inside of a gun.
With additional officers in position, police can get down to business.
Jim, you still there?
There's a hostage negotiator who is doing the talking.
I want to help you, okay? We can make this better. But I need you to put down the rifle, okay?
And he's getting him to settle a little bit.
Right, let's be ready to move on this guy if we have to.
The police were trying so hard to de-escalate the situation, and that continues to keep them in danger.
We're not there to save him. He's given up his rights to be saved. But that woman and those kids, they need to be saved. We have a barricaded gunman holding his wife and daughter hostage in a house.
Now it's looking as though he's going to barricade himself and shoot from within the house. There's some part of him that made that feel like going out in a blaze of glory.
But it appears that the sheer numbers of backup police has made an impression on the gunman.
We do so with overwhelming force because it's effective. It is impressive. And if you're inside, you're so scared you can't even talk, because you're looking at a bunch of people with automatic weapons, with laser sights putting red dots on your chest and on your forehead. It's very impressive.
Surrender.
All right, he's coming out. Hold your fire and be ready.
Don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Put the gun on the ground and walk toward me. Turn around, get down on your knees. Put your hands on your head.
Good cuff.
We arrested him. Family's fine. House is fine. The cruisers can be repaired. It's all over.
So the wife get any insight?
Yeah, it sounds like he lost his job and he's been hit the bottle pretty hard.
He probably needs a divorce attorney. But other than that, he's alive.
All right, make sure you get those reports to me ASAP.
Will do.
He goes to jail, and now I can go back to worrying about my frozen pipe.
Okay, Linda, so what did my wife want?
Yes, your driveway's flooded and iced over, so park on the street so you don't crash into your house.
Oh, wow. Okay. I'm glad she called. So what we got next?
Yes, there is a disturbance call at the mini mart on Eagle River.
10-4, I'm on the way.
Kathy had come to accept the dangers of Joe's work. But it wasn't until that cold January night that she had ever experienced it firsthand.
It wasn't the first time that I knew that he had been in trouble. I was always impressed with my husband, but that was the first time I actually heard him being shot at. And I saw him working one or two other times, and I was always impressed with my...
I got promoted to lieutenant, and they put me as a watch commander at the Sand Creek Division.
And as Kenda rose through the ranks of the Colorado Springs PD, the leash, aka Joe's pager, had less control over their lives.
We'll share a tiramisu.
Okay, I'll have that right out for you guys.
Thank you.
It was the first nice dinner that we had had in a long time.
No pager tonight. It's a miracle.
Well,
We got the entire dinner finished, which was amazing.
Comfortable?
Yes, Lieutenant.
It was odd that he took me in a cruiser, but since he was the watch commander, he had to be connected.
And it doesn't take long
Calling all units.
for either of them to be reminded of the true nature of Joe's chosen line of work.
We have an altercation with multiple participants.
Oh, boy.
So I looked at her, and she's looking at me.
This is real bad. Buckle up and hold on.
I turned the magic on in this car. We're going to 600 North Murray, Code 3. I was going as fast as this car will go, because now they're calling for more cars, and we're rolling.
Within minutes, the Kendas pull up to a chaotic scene outside a grocery store.
There are people in the street. I have marked units there with their lights turning. There are 2 dogs out on leads. They've already bitten a couple people. We got medical there. It is out of control.
All right, stay in the car. Don't get out no matter what.
My heart started going, and I was scared. You don't know how you're going to... I'm sitting there in the cruiser, and I'm watching the police handle this fight of a lot of bystanders, several people getting beat up on. I don't know what the fight was about.
Let's get medical to that guy right there. Hey, guys. Sir, sit back there.
Dealing with these people and calming people down and giving orders and so on.
When I see Joe on the job working, I see a person who is focused, who knows his job, and who's in charge. It was a calling for him.
Dumpy, keep those 2 guys separated. Dispatch, I need you to send wagon 150 to my location.
Finally, like 30, 40 minutes later, I look, and she's sitting there, looking at me. And her mouth, what are you doing? She said, I've never seen you like this.
He always took charge. That was one of his gifts. It was also one of his problems because he thought nobody else could handle his unit better than he. That's why he would never take time off. It was a mission.
I wanted to have an impact on society. When someone does something unspeakable to someone else, you have 2 choices. You can remain seated or you can stand up. I stood up.
I know that he knows exactly what to do at any situation, and I am impressed and in love with him. Who knows what life would have been like had he never came to Colorado Springs. The only thing I know for sure is we would still have been married.
We're like anybody else. You go to work, you take care of your family, you love your kids, you do the best you can. And we were able to get through a lot of other things in between. That's what marriage is.
A young woman is left for dead in the Colorado wilderness.
In addition to the multiple stab wounds, she was the victim of sexual assault.
No clothes, no identification. On a case like this, where do we start?
Even finding the crime scene requires a leap of faith.
I'm not a mountaineer or a rough that. You just do it.
Once he's fulfilled his fantasy, he threw her lifeless body down this cliff.
A deeply a disturbed man is walking among us.
You could just picture somebody like a Ted Bundy who can live two lives, and the people who know him have no idea.
And it's up to Detective Joe Kenda to unmask him.
He took my hands. He was becoming physically excited at the idea of telling me. It is a startling moment when you confront insanity living and breathing in front of you, and he's holding your hands.
Gold Camp Road is a 25-mile stretch of dirt road that goes out of the west end of Colorado Springs.
It's very curvy, has steep cliffs. You have to be pretty brave to drive that road at night.
That's what the sign says.
It's a beautiful drive, but at nighttime it also has a special draw. There's legends that the ghosts of miners from back in the 1800s can be...
It's dark out there. Yeah, I mean, how are we even gonna see the ghosts? Don't be such a skeptic, Lucas. Maybe we'll hear them.
They came around the bend and there was something in the road.
What in the world is that?
Lo and behold, here's a lady, a naked lady. Blood soaked from head to toe. This is more terrifying than finding any ghost. She needs help, and she needs help now.
It was 1977, and back then you didn't have a partner, but you were working with your own experience and by your wits.
On this particular morning, Detective Kenda is next up in the rotation to get a case.
Kenda, got something for you. Sure. So what do we got? Family picked up an injured woman last night, took her to St. Francis. Doctors there think someone tried to kill her. That's where you come in. Yes, sir.
There was a victim who was young, probably between the ages of 18 and 21. The doctors admitted her as a Jane Doe to the intensive care unit.
On a case like this, where do you start your investigation? Well, you need to go to the hospital. That's where the victim's at. You've got no crime scene to go to.
Yes, Joe Kenda.
Hi, Dr. Langstaff. She's lucky she's alive.
This victim had been beaten, had been stabbed 6 times, and had been savagely sexually assaulted.
You know, there's something else. It may not be related, but we all noticed. It looks like someone sawed off a chunk of her hair with a knife. It's too weird to be a haircut.
Yeah, people who commit the crimes of sexual assault take souvenirs to relive the moment. If he took the hair, he kept the hair.
We have a name yet?
No, she's unconscious still. To be honest, she might not make it.
With the victim unable to describe her assailant, Kenda's only way forward is to pinpoint the exact location where the crime occurred.
So now my next stop is the Gold Camp, if anything.
The Piazza family have agreed to take investigators back to the scene where they found this young lady.
So she was walking down the road towards us and she collapsed. It's right about here. God, it was terrifying.
I bet. You know, you just might have saved her life. You should be proud.
Yeah, we just did what anyone would have done, you know?
Now, do you mind waiting by the car? We're going to have a look around.
another one there.
You can still see some blood there. There are severe drop-offs to one side of that road, and there appears to be blood on some of the rocks. So did our man throw her over this cliff after he assaulted her? It looks as if he might have. She somehow then managed to crawl up that embankment because she was on the road.
The blood trail suggests the true nature of the attack on Kenda's Jane Doe, but he will need additional physical evidence in order to identify the perpetrator. Kenda wonders if that evidence might be found in the ravine below.
If he disposed of her, what else did he dispose of?
Detective Kenda, dispatch.
Dispatch.
Can you patch me through to the fire department's mountain rescue team?
10-4, detective.
So how far down do you think you need to go?
I don't know exactly. I just need to follow the blood trail, see where it takes me.
Okay, well, let's go get you rigged up.
The road and start walking down there.
I'm not a mountaineer or a rock climber, but you don't really think about that. You just do it.
Here goes nothing.
Joe actually rappelled down the side of that cliff there to see what evidence could be found. You know, you could take a tumble and not stop falling for 150 feet. It's very treacherous.
I saw the blood. And I work my way down a little further, and I see more blood.
Anything?
Negative, just more blood.
You okay down there?
I'm all good.
I see more blood against a very large rock. So that's the stopping point. She ran into that, and it prevented her from falling any further down this embankment, or she bones, maybe, at some point.
Joe described after rappelling down, seeing handprints of blood on rocks and whatnot as this young lady clawed her way back to the top of that road.
Surveying the base of the ravine, Kenda finds nothing other than the bloody handprints.
There was absolutely nothing. No fragments of clothes, no shoes, no anything. Blood and blood only. I am me to the identity of a very sick and dangerous individual.
All right, I'm coming back up.
I know he's still out there. He's enjoying his memory of this enough to want to experience it again. What can I do to stop that? At the moment, I can't do a thing. I'm a young detective who got assigned to this case of a woman being assaulted and stabbed and thrown off a cliff. Now what?
Hey, Kenda. How's the new case going?
Well, basically, no physical evidence at the crime scene, no witnesses, and she might not make it. That's my guess. Our guy's gonna do it again.
And he just shook his head like, well, that's not good. No, it's not good.
All right. Keep at it.
It's Kenda.
Hey, Kenda, Dr. Langstaff at St. Francis. Your girl's awake.
My only hope is that she remembers enough to lead me to whoever this is.
Speaking with the staff at St. Francis, Kenda learns his Jane Doe is in fact 20-year-old Caitlin Bennett.
Keyline Detective Kenda, mind if I ask you a few questions?
I thought you'd never get here. I want you to lock that bastard up.
She's alert, she is talkative, and she's obviously one tough little chick. And you could see her demeanor was the reason she survived.
First, I need some basics. Is there anyone, family members that I could notify, let them know that you're okay?
I'm on my own.
She was having family problems, fighting with her mother, and so she moved out of the house, but she really didn't have anything to live on.
In order to survive, Caitlin turned to prostitution.
Society has always looked down upon people who choose prostitution as a method of survival. Say to all of those people, they wouldn't be so critical if they ever had been in their shoes. There is an enormous occupational hazard associated with being a prostitute. You're going to get into a vehicle with someone you have no idea who he is and no idea what his intentions are.
For now, I need your help finding out what it
I'll
is.
do whatever it takes. Just find him.
She, fortunately for me, had an excellent memory of this entire event.
This guy in a white pickup just pulled up. He had one of those camper cells. You looking for a good time?
That's exactly what...
He seemed nice enough. I didn't think much of it.
Do you remember what he looked like?
White guy. That hair. He had red hair.
That's something that is easily spottable, and so fortunately, that was something to...
So he wanted to drive and park somewhere so we could have some privacy. So we drove to Gold Camp Road.
She was not alarmed in any way. He was nice, told her how pretty she was, and general banter as they're driving a short distance away until he got into an area that was fairly secluded. And then he said to her, let's get in the back of the truck where we have more room.
He started shoving stuff aside. I climbed in. He must have whacked me in the head with something because everything went black.
She was naked, bleeding, grievously hurt, and laying against a boulder 100 feet down the ravine from where she had been in that truck.
And I thought, I'd be damned if this is how I die.
She was going to live, no matter what. She's going to... You have to admire that. You don't see that very often. I had never seen it to that level.
It's the kind of thing where your survival instinct takes over.
She might have been easy to pick up, but she wasn't going to be easy to put down.
You already gave me his description. What about his truck? You said white, camper shell. Was there anything else distinctive about it?
No, not really. When I was climbing in the back, I mean, the last thing I remember seeing were just...
Tools. What kind of tools?
Like wrenches. Big red ones. There was a wheel in front of them. It was like 2 or 3 feet long.
Okay, Caitlin. Thank you. I will find him. I promise you.
So now I've got something to do, and I've got places to go. The first step is to go to South Nevada Avenue to find the girls who were with her.
We'll run back one next time, huh? Thanks a lot, jackass. You just cost me a customer.
You know a girl named Caitlin Bennett?
Yeah, we know Katie. She doing okay?
She's in bad shape. She's gonna be all right. Did you happen to see who she left with yesterday?
He was driving a white truck. Never seen him before.
Did you get a...
No.
Thanks for your help.
So maybe this is his first time. We just need to find him before he tries his second one.
The chances of him showing up back here on South Nevada are pretty high. So you want to continue to pull surveillance to see if this particular truck pulls back up.
So I instructed the sector officers who worked a white truck with a camper shell and a red-headed white male driver. You see that guy, you stop, you identify him.
All right, this looks like our guy. Let's go.
These people develop an appetite for this. Once they commit it once, they want to do it again.
Don't move! See your hand! Hold it right there!
We are looking for this white truck and a red-headed driver to what I suspect will be a pattern of extreme violence if we don't find it.
Let me see your hands!
Hey man, it's cool. I was just asking when these girls for directions.
The driver was identified, and it's obvious he wasn't the guy we're looking for.
Directions, huh? Did you get lost on your way to church?
No.
Sorry, it's a false alarm. So go ahead and get out of here. All right. I'm gonna head back to the office and leave this to you and your guys.
After coming up empty, Kenda hands over surveillance duties to the Vice Squad and heads back to the office to take another look at the victim's statement.
We're back to her description of the contents of the back of the truck. She said he had tools in there. They were red and they were 2 or 3 feet long, and they had like a wheel at the front. So I did a quick little drawing. As a young policeman, married with 2 children, I was a do-it-yourself guy. I had a very good understanding of tools, and I used them all the time. Well, it's a pipe wrench. So I began thinking about that when she described 3 feet long wrenches, pipe wrenches. A homeowner would never use a wrench that big. That's a professional tool. The only person who would ever use something that large is a plumber. So who are we looking for now? I think I'm looking for a red...
Hey, Bob, you want to hand me the yellow pages?
Yeah. There you go. You don't call a private investigator, have him solve the case for you?
No, I'm just going to call some plumbers.
Plumbers?
Yes, sir, I'm onto something. Just you wait.
All right. Colorado Springs at that time was about 200,000 people. There were plumbing companies around, but the big ones all had company trucks. They were all clearly marked. So as a process of elimination, I eliminated the big companies, and I started looking and driving around small plumbing shops. Most of the smaller companies were in the downtown and near west side part of the city, so you have to start...
Kitchen, okay. Long story short, I want to move the sink from one side of the room to the other.
Right, sure. I can help with that. Just let me grab a form real quick.
You know, it's kind of a big job. You don't happen to have a partner, do you?
No, it's just me.
Maybe I'll find something of interest, maybe I won't. But I'm going to at least try.
How you doing? I came by the other day to talk to a guy about a bathroom remodel. I was wondering if you had the estimate ready.
Do you know who you talked to?
I can't remember his name. It was a redheaded guy.
We don't have any red-haired guys here.
Are you sure about that?
I've been here a long time, yeah.
So, I appreciate the help.
Anytime.
You want to see if anybody that matches this suspect's description maybe works for them. Well, he contacted several plumbing companies and nobody fitting that description worked there.
So I drove around 5 or 6 different little places, and I finally drive around a 7th place. And it's a small plumbing shop, and there's a white pickup outside with a camper shell on it. And I'm thinking, maybe just a truck. Wouldn't that be enough?
Yeah, I've got this leaky pipe that I need to have fixed, and this place was recommended by one of my friends.
Oh, they're both out at the moment.
Well, I noticed that white truck outside. Does that belong to one of your guys?
Yeah, it belongs to my son Charles. This is our family business. He must be out with his father.
Well, he's on a job, but he's going to be back here fairly soon.
I can tell him to stop by if you'd like to leave your name.
No, that's okay. I'll stop back. Thanks for your time.
Thank you for coming.
Ma'am, by any chance does your son have red hair?
Yes. Do you know him?
No, I just heard a lot about him.
I am making progress. In the case of the attempted murder of Caitlin Bennett, I have placed a local plumber in the crosshairs if he's got the right truck and the right contents.
Based on the auto registration for the truck parked at the plumbing shop, Kenda confirms his suspect's identity, 23-year-old Charles Warren.
All right, Mr. Warren, let's see what you've been up to.
I checked the record, and I find nothing. There is zero information in the ID and record section on anyone by that name at that record. He doesn't have one. He's never even gotten a parking ticket.
With nothing in Charles Warren's record to suggest he's a violent criminal, Kenda is hoping he can use a recent photo of him to help Caitlin Bennett ID her assailant. But there's no photo of Warren on file. At least not yet.
Judges have no difficulty signing it because you're not really doing anything invasive. So I take the plumbing shop.
Charles Warren?
The one and only. What can I do for you?
Oh, Charles, this is the man I was telling you about? The one with the leaky pipe?
Ma'am, I have more pressing needs with your son. Mr. Warren, I have a court order for your photograph in connection to an attempted murder investigation.
What?
Seriously? Is this some kind of joke?
No joke.
He is shocked that the police want to talk to him.
Well, sure. You can take my photo. You don't need a court order. I didn't do anything.
Go and take your hat off.
Is this really necessary?
It's okay, Mom. It's just a mistake.
Turn to the side.
Oh, heaven's sakes.
I mean, is there any questions I can answer for you?
Thanks for your time.
I'm not questioning him. I don't want to yet. I want more. I thank him for his cooperation. I'll be in contact if it's necessary.
Caitlin, I'm going to show you some pictures. I want you to take your time. Tell me if you recognize any of these people on the shoot.
I think that's him.
And she was pointing at the photograph of Charles Warren.
Well, I need to be sure. Is that the guy that hurt you?
Yeah. Yeah, that's him.
Great. Thank you.
I didn't walk out of that hospital, I floated. They weren't done.
Four-fall one requesting backup.
As soon as we get that warrant signed, we're gonna hit that house.
I have 3 officers with me, and I have a warrant in my hand, and I have a warrant to search the premises. So we go there, and we knock.
Police, open up!
What's going on? Charles? What's going on? Charles?
Don't move! Let me see your hands! Stand up. Against the wall.
I didn't do anything.
And there is total shock, total, absolute shock. The mother is shaking. The father is staring at us. The wife doesn't know what to do. The little child is starting to cry.
Let him go!
It's okay, honey. Stay seated. It's okay. I promise. I don't know why they think I did something. I didn't.
Can you imagine being the wife?
It's okay. It's okay.
You know, thinking, what? Why are they coming after my husband?
All right, I'll keep my eyes on them while you guys do your search.
Do you really have to go through my things?
Yes, we do.
Yeah, I don't know. It's okay, baby.
Anything?
Not yet.
You check the closet?
No.
I'll check.
Police are hoping to find bloody clothes or any other personal effects tying Charles Warren to the attack on Caitlin Bennett.
You got anything?
No, I got nothing.
So we are searching this whole house, and we find nothing. The officers come out and report that they find no clothing anywhere, closets, under the beds, in the dressers, any place they look.
Detective. We didn't find anything.
It's gotta be something.
We tore this place apart. I mean, you sure we have the right guy?
You stay.
In his bedroom is a standard man's 6-drawer dresser. People hide things in predictable places. They don't think they do, but they do. Even burglars know that.
Hey, let's check these again. Let's be extra thorough.
Don't want it goes all over the floor. No, you pull the drawers out, you look through the drawer to see if any evidence is there.
I pull out the top drawer, nothing. I pull out the second drawer.
Bingo.
And taped to the back of the drawer is hair, and it's her color. Charles, you son of a bitch. Here we are. I've got you by the throat, and I'm not going to let go. After this long, prolonged investigation, we now have critical physical evidence that 23-year-old Charles Warren is solely responsible for the attempted murder and rape of Caitlin.
But Kenda's work is far from over.
Now, this is prior to DNA being available.
This guy's a sick son of a bitch. We gotta do everything we can to make sure we build a strong case against him.
gotta get the confession. I'll get it.
Charles immediately proceeds into absolute denial.
I didn't do any of these things you keep saying. You don't understand. I have a wife and child. Why would I put any of that at risk?
He's trying to convince us that he's a good family man, a good worker, a good citizen of the community.
And to all outward appearances, Charles seems just that.
The problem I'm having, Charles, in your bedroom. It's kind of odd, isn't it?
And I saw a flash of anger in him that I had not seen.
I told you not to touch my things.
All of a sudden, he was somebody else. And he caught himself. And he went back to innocence.
Why don't you tell me how the hair got there?
How would I know? I bought the dresser at a garage sale.
Charles Warren maintains his innocence for the next 2 hours. And the next.
I don't know any of
And the next.
And he was continuing with the denial, and I didn't see the anger anymore. I didn't see that again.
Charles, you take this to trial, they're going to destroy you. This is your only chance to get a lighter sentence, is if you cooperate with me. Excuse me for a second.
So my boss looked at me, was holding up his wrist and pointing at his watch, and I knew what he meant.
Do you know what time it is? You're pushing 6 hours here. I'm close, Sarge.
There is no time frame for an interrogation, but if you go over the 8 hours, the defense attorney will make the argument to a judge that they coerced a confession.
Look, I don't want to give his attorney any hammies. I know I can get this. He's starting to crack. I can see it in his eyes. I just need a little more time.
You got 30 more. Don't make me regret this.
I won't.
So Joe goes back in and totally changes the way.
And I said,
Charles, what do you like to think about during the day?
And he says, what do you mean?
I mean, people have their favorite dreams they like to think about. Daydreams. Maybe being a football player, movie star, maybe having a lot of money. What's your favorite dream?
And his whole demeanor changed into something else. Really scary. And he turned his head and he said, oh, well, hello again, sir. I haven't seen you since you were angry.
Then why can't you tell me?
Because you'll get mad at me.
No, I won't. You wouldn't believe some of the stuff I've heard in here. Be surprised.
For some reason, at that moment, Charles took the clue that, here is someone I could share this with. Here is someone who will appreciate.
He was becoming physically excited at the idea of telling me.
All right. I'll tell you what I think about. Every day.
So he took my hands.
My dream is making love to women in their own blood while they're dying. Haven't you ever thought about that?
I wanted to do two things at that moment. I wanted to put my gun in his mouth and pull the trigger, and then I wanted to go take a shower. But I can't do that. And I still wanted to get a statement of him if I could.
Haven't you ever thought about that?
I mean, yeah. Sure I have. Why don't you walk me through what happened?
Charles admitted to me it was a sexual fantasy. Simple. He didn't have to use force. She opened the door and got in. The perfect victim, a volunteer.
Just up this way a bit.
Okay, yeah.
Just give me a minute.
When he tells her to get her room, that's step one of the plan. Let me get her in the back where I have my toys. That's what he did.
Here?
Yeah, I just had to clear some stuff.
Yeah, he said so.
When he strikes her over the head and renders her unconscious, and he rips her clothes off, she is the fantasy. He then can do whatever he wishes with this unconscious female for his own sexual gratification. How sick is that? It's as sick as it gets. He believes after he completes this attack that he has killed it. He disposes of her over the side of this cliff and goes home with his souvenir stuffed in his jeans. Her hair.
Hunter's trophy, an item that represented his complete power and in subduing his victim.
He liked to touch it at night. He'd get up and open the door and touch her hair. Holy smokes. While he's going through all this, I'm just sitting there looking at him. And at the very end of it, he said,
"But you know what?
What's that, Charles?"
Next time.
Fortunately for the rest of the world, in your particular case, there isn't going to be a next time.
The charges that were filed was attempted murder, kidnapping, sexual assault. He decided that he was going to plead guilty, but it was obvious that we got a person here that's got some real mental issues.
Warren was examined by a panel of psychiatrists. All concluded that he was textbook insane at the Institute, the Colorado State Mental Hospital.
It's possible Charles Warren was a serial killer in the making. But thankfully, because of Caitlin Bennett's bravery, grit, and sheer will to live, the world will never know.
Caitlin, to me, is a hero. I genuinely believe she saved other women as well by saving her own life.
I raised my right hand when I became a policeman, that I would do what I could to protect the community, and putting Charles where he needed to be. It left an indelible mark on me. It's something you don't easily forget.
Two investigations from the case files of Lieutenant Joe Kenda.
Oh my God!
A chance encounter ends with an active duty soldier dead in the street.
He was actually running from his assailant.
To bring the man justice, detectives must rely on a bizarre clue.
They dropped this.
It says breakdancing contest 19.
Then, a hailstorm of bullets rains down on a welcome home party.
What you done on me? My brother was shot. It was very scary.
It's up to Kenda to determine which of the guests had it in for the host.
Richard was trying to do the right thing, coming to the defense of his cousin.
A strong resemblance?
That's him.
You can run, but you're going to have to answer for this. No one deserves to die at someone's hand. Nobody gets to play God. Nobody.
Good morning. Jackie Walda was manning the drive-up window at this fast food restaurant.
Can I take your order, please?
Yeah, can I get an order of fries?
Okay, fries. You want small, medium, or large?
Yeah, can we get 5 large?
Okay, 5 orders of super fries.
The bars are just closing and people want to stop and get something to eat.
Drive up to the window, please. take your order?
Yo, what is that guy's problem? What the hell?
Hello, is everything all right?
That's it!
She realized that there's a brawl going on out here.
Hey, you can't do that here! You need to get out of here!
She's probably thinking, oh, great. You know, it's just some more unruly people coming through and nothing that she hasn't seen or dealt with before.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
Well, when Jackie is able to see what's going on, she sees someone lying on the pavement, basically bleeding to death.
Jack! Jack!
Oh my God, help!
Not far away, Lieutenant Joe Kenda is on his way home after an exhausting day on the job.
You begin to believe that, well, maybe we finally maybe now everybody's satisfied. They've stabbed enough people, they've shot enough people. Maybe they're just going to go to bed. And you start to go home and the radio cracks.
Dispatch to 4 Paul 1.
Go for 4 Paul 1.
Have a report of a stabbing at 375 Academy Boulevard.
10-4, I'll be there in less than 10 minutes.
So maybe they're not done for the day yet. Let's go over there and see what's going on.
Hey, Sarge.
So we got?
We got a stabbing. Victim is Jack Martinez, 29, pronounced DOA at the hospital.
Well, someone heck of a knife fight.
It is rare to have a stabbing result in a dead on arrival. They had to hit something very vital.
Unfortunately, when we got here, it was a ghost town. Just the drive-through, cashier, one other person. Victim was actually with another guy during the fight. He got roughed up a bit, so we sent him out to the hospital.
When the police arrive, red lights and siren, everybody runs. They want no part of this. Whether they were involved in it or not, everybody split like a covey of quail.
All right, let's make sure the witnesses don't disappear. Want to point me to where the body was at?
You're gonna love this.
Is that what I think it is?
That's Davidson. It's his third day, first homicide.
The body's now gone, but there's a chalk outline drawn on the pavement where he'd been laying.
Just call him over.
Davidson.
It's your first homicide?
Yes, sir. It was a young officer. So I thought you're supposed to do... No, we're not supposed to do that. They do that in the movies. And they did it in the 1930s, but that was a long time ago. We use photography, measurements, and that sort of thing.
Yes, sir. I ain't got any trouble. Just might want to skip that next time to avoid some grief. Yes, sir.
You don't yell at them. You just tell them the reality is we don't put the chalk outline around the body. So just keep that in mind.
Let me see what we got here.
There are broken beer bottles and rocks and all sorts of things laying all over the place. Obviously, the remains of a large fight.
Why don't you try the drive-through cashier? I'll see what the bystander has to say.
Yes, sir.
He was a 20-year-old young man by the name of Matty Marr, who just happened to be walking home from work when this altercation takes place in the parking lot.
You told the officers you saw what happened?
Yeah, it was really weird. They were all in this black Jeep. There was a car right behind them, and they were just honking and honking. That's when we look in that direction. And then all of a sudden, these guys get out of the Jeep, and it's surreal.
Surreal how?
They're all wearing the same exact thing.
One thing he vividly remembers is a group of Mexican males, and the way he remembers them specifically is that they were all dressed identically. They had black shirts on and white pants, and you're thinking, okay, are they dressed in costume?
Is this a group of guys from a band at a nightclub, or, why are they all dressed the same?
You think you could identify these guys in a lineup?
They all took off quickly, but they dropped this.
And what's that? He pulls out a blue ribbon, and it says, State of Colorado Breakdancing Contest Finalist, 1984. Well, now, Here's our matching outfits. They are dancers.
Oh, this is very helpful. Thank you.
Yeah, sure.
It's always embarrassing when you watch criminal crime that they're so disconnected, so disoriented, and so stupid that it's almost the same thing as dropping your driver's license at the crime scene. We're not going to go to a ballroom dancing group. We're going to go find the breakdancers. We're investigating the death of Jack Martinez, killed during a fight in a fast food restaurant at 1:30 in the morning. One foot in front of the other leads us to a breakdancing group.
Well, this was 1984. Very popular. It was something that everybody was doing. So these competitions would come to town and a lot of people would participate.
Before following up on this lead, Kenda needs to learn more about the victim.
Where are these wounds and what did they do? So we do go to the autopsy.
Hey, Doc. Oh, hey, Sarge. How are you? Good. Have you made any determination on Jack Martinez?
Yes, just getting started on that. Saw several stab wounds. I was guessing, say one of those stab wounds punctured his aorta.
He bled to death in less than a minute. He was dead before the ambulance got there.
Also noticed contusions around his face and on his hands. Looked like he was in quite a brawl. Now, here's the personal effects. It's not much.
Check this out.
Cash on his person, not a great deal, but he does have money, 20-some odd dollars. This isn't robbery, this is a confrontation. It's a fight.
There was a military ID card, which indicated that he was a soldier, possibly stationed out at Fort Carson.
Why don't you go ahead and take this down to the station? I want to go see if they're ready to release this guy's buddy.
Will do. This person, Jeffrey Nostrum, who was also a soldier out at Fort Carson and was very good friends with our victim, Jack Martinez.
I give you guys money.
Jeffrey, I'm Sergeant Kenda.
Jack didn't deserve this.
He says besides being a soldier, Jack comes from a very large, loving family. Here you have a son who's serving his country in the military in the parking lot of a fast food restaurant in a relatively safe community.
We were just having a good time until all this went down.
So tell me how you got to the drive-thru.
They decide that the bars are about to close and that they're hungry, and they go to the fast food outlet, the nearest place that's open that serves food.
What the hell? How long does it take these guys to order? I mean, honestly, this is a fast food place.
No, man, we'll get there.
Well, I'm starving, and they are taking all night, so... let's go! Come on!
So he just reached over and honked, that's it?
Yeah, I mean, he was being a little rude, whatever. But after that, they went crazy.
Honestly, this is gonna take absolutely forever. All right, you know what? Yo, what's up?
Some of them jump on their car, they're pounding it, and it's like all this melee starts all of a sudden.
Like they just ran at us like they wanted to fight, you know? And
that's how you got that?
Yeah. And he messed up my car, too. Like, just because somebody honked.
Did you get a look at him?
Hispanic. They had on white pants and black shirt. It's like they were all waiters or on a team or something, you know.
That's consistent with what the other witnesses are saying. All right, well, I'll be in touch. I'm sorry about your friend.
Early the next morning, Kenda rejoins his colleague, Detective Jones, to follow up with the site of the dance competition.
Guys are at this event?
Yeah. Hey, him.
Hi, can I help you?
And we meet a woman named Emily Moffat who reports that she was the manager of the competition.
Seems that 4 of the winners of your competition were involved in an incident we're investigating. We believe they're finalists.
That's just a participation prize. Well, 19X got that.
Would you be able to identify them based on the costume?
They taped the entire thing.
She did say, well, wait a minute, though. We do have some news footage. We could take a look at that.
and maybe help you find these 4 individuals that you're looking for.
Steve, do you have that tape the news crew gave us?
Yeah, fire it up.
In the back room of the city auditorium, they had the equipment necessary to play the tape. We started looking at the different contestants, checking for that outfit.
Put the description. They were looking for black shirts and white pants.
Wait, that could be them.
Number 7? That's the Robotronic Playboys.
I'm sorry?
That's what they call themselves.
They call themselves the Robotronic Playboys, which I guess if you're 16, that sounds like a great name. And this woman says, I have that group. Now that would be delightful. We've managed to narrow this down very quickly indeed, down to a small group of kids with a stupid name for a dance group, one of whom happens to be a killer. We're investigating the death of Jack Martinez, killed during a fight in a fast food restaurant at 1:30 in the morning. One foot in front of the other leads us.
They indicated that these 4 people were identified as Peter Chavez, Alan Cortez, Rob, and Michael Martinez.
You wouldn't happen to have their addresses or phone numbers, would you?
Most of our dance crews parked in our lot. In order to do that, they had to give us license plate numbers.
Oh, we'd love to see those receipts.
Excuse me.
She finds a parking receipt for a black Jeep with the name Hector Garcia attached to it.
That was a gold mine. We could run that vehicle belongs to and where that person lives.
All right, thank you very much.
Armed with the names of the dance team members and the registration of the car they arrived in, Kenda returns to the station.
Hey, Sarge. Ran all those names. Seems like none of them have any kind of a record.
What about the car? Did you run those tags?
Here's the address. Based on those plates, it's like you thought. He's up in Denver.
All right, thank you.
This is something that if the roles were reversed and Denver was looking for somebody in Colorado Springs, they could call us.
We contact Detective Roland, Denver PD. Could he send an officer by at our request to determine if a black Jeep is parked in front of this address?
But when Denver police arrive at the address, there's no sign of the vehicle.
And nobody answered the doorbell. So they decided with residents and see if the person in that black Jeep returns home in the next hour or so.
Nothing yet, guys. Still on hold.
And that's exactly what happened.
Gentlemen, I have a visual. This looks like our guy. Go, go, go.
Your hands.
You Hector Garcia?
Yes?
I'd like to ask you some questions in connection with an investigation being run out of Colorado Springs.
Yes, I know.
Oh, you know. Is this because you're involved in this stabbing?
Let's bring him over here. We have a search warrant to search your vehicle. Search your vehicle, please.
We believe we were in the right church and we just found the right pew. They find a switchblade knife. It's a killing knife. It has no other purpose.
We've got Hector Garcia in custody now. We're going to talk to him as quickly as we can. He's going to be the conduit to get us to these other 4 suspects that we're looking for.
Mr. Garcia, we don't have a lot of time. I don't think you had anything to do.
They started it.
Excuse me?
The dudes in the car behind us.
It does not matter who started what in terms of the event when there's a death involved. Starting a fight should not be accompanied by a death penalty.
The guys were just complete assholes, so the crew went to take care of it. But I know what happened was wrong, and Peter went too far.
Hector said the knife was all Peter Chavez, not...
Yo, man, is that blood? Why the hell did you have to stab him?
I didn't even know he put the knife in my car.
And I believe you. But the DA isn't as open-minded as I am. He might decide to go a little lighter on you, though, if you help us find your friends. Especially Peter.
Okay. Yeah. I'll help you guys.
After assistance of the Denver PD, all the dance team members are located. All, that is, except for one.
The only one that was not brought in was Peter Chavez.
We obtained an arrest warrant for Peter Chavez. We go to serve it in Denver where he lives. We have Denver PD with us for jurisdiction.
Yes.
Is this the home of Peter Chavez?
Yes, it is. What is this about?
His mother answered.
Son off to do something he loved. The last thing she ever expected was that he would be questioned by police for a murder.
Sorry, ma'am, there's one more thing. We've got a warrant to search the premises for evidence.
Good Lord.
She was very cooperative, and she remains seated in the living room while we conduct the search.
Is Peter's room down the hall?
Yes, down the hall to the left.
Enough. When Peter reaches out to you, and he will, you need to convince him to turn himself in. You don't want us to come looking for him.
I understand.
Detective.
Hector said he wiped the blade on his pants, and there's blood on those pants.
Go ahead and bag him.
That's the final piece of evidence to secure Peter Chavez's conviction for this crime.
We'll be in touch.
We're not going to stop until we find him. We are not going to stop.
You're going to put extra police officers on the case to help track down leads of where his associates may be, where his friends may be. All stops are out.
Thanks. Let me know if you hear anything.
All right, so we've talked to most of the performers from that night. Those who know Chavez don't know where he may be.
All right, thanks. Let's keep plugging away, though.
Officer.
Sir, line 3, you're going to want to talk to Scott, Detective up.
From Detective Hogan from the Aurora Police Department, which is a suburb of Denver.
Peter Chavez has walked into the front lobby of their police building in the company of an attorney to surrender himself on an arrest warrant for first-degree murder for Colorado Springs.
On the advice of counsel, Chavez isn't giving a statement. But later that day, detectives receive test results that bolster their case against Chavez and removes any need for further.
His pants that he wore during the competition matches the blood of our victim, Jack Martinez.
I guess that pretty much wraps it up. Thanks.
He and he alone is responsible for the death of Jack Martinez.
Between the witness statements and the physical evidence, Kenda is able to piece together exactly what happened that night.
Hector Garcia, on the night of the murder, drives his friends from Denver to a breakdancing contest in the city auditorium.
Man, that was a waste of our time, bruh.
They receive what they believe is a participation ribbon, and they're right. They don't win anything, and they find this ribbon to be offensive.
Can I take your order, please?
Fries, right?
Yeah, five large.
Small, medium, or large?
Can we get 5 large?
Okay.
Yo, what's the guy's problem? What the hell? Yo, somebody needs to tell that guy to shut the hell up, yo. Yeah, it's gotta be Jack.
So when they're in line angry,
Shut the hell up, yo. That's it!
During that fight, Peter Chavez, for reasons known only to himself, bladed knife, puts it in his hand. Attacks Jack Martinez from the rear. Stabs him 3 times in the back.
Jack Martinez died that night on the pavement of a fast food park. He didn't deserve that.
Unlike Chavez, Hector Garcia, the Martinez brothers, and Alan Cortez are not charged with any crime.
The only thing they did was engage in a misdemeanor fistfight, provoked by someone else. Peter Chavez was retained.
He was charged as an adult with murder in this case. But some people would say 4 years for murdering somebody was manslaughter us. Peter Chavez didn't go from Denver to Colorado Springs that night with the intent to kill anybody. It wasn't something that was planned.
And in the space of less than a minute, a life is lost and a life is ruined. It's hard to imagine that that's the case, but nothing people do surprises me. It often disappoints me, but it never surprises me.
Coming up, a war of words, and Kenda has to track down the man responsible.
You can run, but you're going to have to answer for this.
It's a relatively quiet Tuesday night. Dennis Lucio is kind of nodding off in his easy chair, watching the end of a television show.
Mr. Lucio had decided that he was going to collect up his beer cans and take them outside for recycling. And then heard what he thought were gunshots. He looked out and saw a man lying in the street, and a pool of blood was starting to form.
All these people are running around, and his first thought is, get some help here as quickly as possible.
Dennis Lucio calls 911, and patrolmen quickly arrive on the scene. Joe Kenda.
Hey, Skip. So what we got? Richard Posey, age 29. He was shot 3 times, once in the neck. He's still alive, but it's not looking like he's going to make it.
It's much easier to start off on a large scale with a homicide investigation and then scale it down if it ends up not being a homicide.
Smell that?
Yeah. And we still have the odor of gunpowder in the air.
I want you to stick around and see who we can talk to. I want to head to the hospital, see if our victim's able to speak.
Yes, sir. Oh, while you're down there, maybe you can make contact with his brother. When officers arrived, he was standing over Mr. Posey. He rode down in the ambulance memorial with him.
Will do. Thanks.
The possibility does exist that Richard certainly saw the person that shot him, and certainly knew why he was shot.
I'm looking for Richard Posey, gunshot victim.
Yeah, the doctor's room with him now. Should be about another 15 minutes, but his brother's actually just back there.
All right, thank you. Hey, Richard Posey's brother?
Yeah.
I'm Lieutenant Kenda.
Rodney came. And I rode with him, and, don't let me die. I got too much to live for. I told him, God got you. We're gonna, you're gonna be all right. And I'll be honest, I didn't know if he was gonna be all right.
I understand how difficult this is, but we're just trying to find out who did this to your brother. Let's start at the beginning.
Richard just got back to the Springs, and we were throwing him a little party to welcome him. He wanted to raise his family in Colorado Springs, and so we were throwing a barbecue. We had family and friends. A lot of us was there. Everybody was having a good time, people in and out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check out and see what's going on outside real quick. Okay. I'll be right back. All right.
He was out on the front stoop for a little bit.
Given the time of the year of this party, it would be perfectly logical for people to sort of residence.
Is that when the shooting happened?
Nah, I saw Richard come back inside for a little while. It looked like something really bothered him.
Seriously, you think you're... What's up, Rich? Yo, what's up, man? You good? Don't worry, bro. I'm good. Mm-hmm. You don't look so good, man. You need to relax. Yo, you want another beer? I said I'm good. Okay, all right, my bad. Yo, you want a beer then? All right, ladies, drink.
The apartment. The next thing Rodney heard was gunshots in the parking lot.
Rich, hang in there, man. Hang in there. What you doing with me? What you doing? Call the doctor.
I was just scared to death. I just thought that, I was going to lose my brother. I wanted to protect my big brother, Richard, like he protected me my whole life. The guy with the gun. But I was just focused on getting to my brother. And then he was gone. I heard him say to his friends, I hope I killed him. Call help, get out!
So there are important pieces that Rodney does tell us. We know that our victim, Richard, is upset about something when he comes in the apartment. We also know that the black male in his 20s who flees the area in a black car is likely...
Excuse me, Lieutenant. The doctor said you can meet with him now.
Okay. We'll keep you updated as this progresses. I'm going to see if your brother saw anything that can help us.
We did receive permission from the doctors to talk to him, although it had to be very brief.
Mr. Posey, I know you're in a lot of pain right now, but I was hoping you had the energy to talk to me for a minute.
Okay.
Do you know who shot you?
Not here. I don't know his name, but I think my cousin does.
So our victim says that his cousin Dana was in an argument with an unknown person he'd never seen before, and that this person is the one who shot him.
Richard, coming to the defense of his cousin Dana, and that's where the trouble started.
Went inside. I came back out to see if he was gone. He just started
It's time.
Okay. Mr. Posey, I'm going to let you rest. If you can think of any further description, have your family reach out to me. I hope you have a full recovery.
Was Dana dating the guy that she was arguing with? Did they have some sort of relationship? Had there been a bad breakup? What exactly led to this argument?
Well, that obviously says that cousin Dana needs to be talked to immediately. The person was.
Dana Shaw?
Yes.
Could you excuse us for a moment? Yeah, I just got back from the hospital, and Richard said you might be acquaintances with the man that shot him.
Me? No, I've never seen these guys a day in my life.
Dana tells us that she was out front where the party was going on, and she saw a gun.
One of those people steps forward and offers her drugs as a way of introduction.
I told him we didn't partake in that and to get out of here.
You didn't know any of them?
Well, none of the guys. The girl that they were with, she was familiar. I recognized her from around the neighborhood. She's a dealer. Cheryl? Cheryl Stewart?
Thank you.
So now we have a possible source for the identity. Stewart is next on our list.
Kenda and Arms mine their files for the name Cheryl Stewart. If she's a dealer, as Dana Shaw suggested, then she's likely to have a record.
Bingo.
Got something?
What I have is an arrest warrant for a Shirley Ann Stewart. Wanted for the distribution of narcotics. Shirley Ann / Cheryl. It's her AKA, but close enough. Guess it.
Okay, let's send a couple uniforms to her last known address.
You got it.
Acting on her outstanding warrant, CSPD officers scoop up Shirley Ann Stewart, a.k.a. Cheryl, and deliver her to Kenda's interrogation room.
Look, I told them I didn't sell any drugs.
I don't care about your drug bust.
Then what am I doing here?
We have information that you were a witness, or possibly an accomplice to a shooting yesterday.
And you're going to tell us what you know.
And why would I do that?
When we have the leverage because of an arrest warrant, oftentimes we can essentially convince them that it's in their best interest to share information for us, and perhaps we can provide some assistance in dealing with the arrest warrant.
So you can make that go away?
Well, I'm a homicide detective, not the district attorney. But let's just say I know the district attorney.
Okay. He popped that guy. I was there.
And who's he?
Lorenzo. He's my boyfriend.
She immediately says, well, hey, I just started dating him. He is my boyfriend. His name is Lorenzo. He also goes by the name Lo, an abbreviation of Lorenzo. She doesn't know his last name.
You don't know his last name?
Look, I told you, we just started up.
And that's not too hard to believe. It's a very casual involvement in everyone.
Anyways, he's gone. You're not gonna find him.
He fled town. He's gone. He's not here anymore. He's not here and he's not coming back. That's what she says.
Well, where did he go?
He said he was going home.
Shirley shared with us that Lorenzo was from Oklahoma, Tulsa area, and she believed to avoid being picked up here in Colorado Springs.
It's okay, Lorenzo. You can run, but you're not going to be able to hide for very long, because we're going to hunt you down in Oklahoma, and you're going to have to answer for this. We're investigating the shooting of Richard Posey. The investigation has revealed that the person responsible for this is known only as Lorenzo or Lo, and further that he has fled the jurisdiction on his way to Oklahoma.
and Shirley to meet with a resident sketch artist to create a composite image of Lorenzo.
No, his mustache is a little fuller.
Okay, more like that.
Yes, that's him. That's Lorenzo.
Are you positive that's a strong resemblance?
Resemblance? It looks just like a picture of him.
I'll go ahead and fax that to the Tulsa authorities.
Yes, sir.
So that's it? Can I go home now?
Like I explained, I'm not the district attorney.
There's no break. There's none of that. Don't be a criminal. That's your break. We've given you usable advice for your future. But for right now, you're going to jail to face charges that you already obtained before we got interested in you.
It's Kenda.
Hello, Lieutenant. Hey, we got that fax that you sent over and several of my detectives took a look at it.
Can you help ID him?
Sure can, but y'all have his alias. His real name is Arthur, it's not Lorenzo.
In their opinion, that composite is a clear image of Arthur Williams Jr., but he has a number of aliases to include Lorenzo and Lowe.
That's fantastic. Do you think you can locate him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we can locate him for you.
Am I missing something?
Yeah, he's in our county jail.
2 days after he arrived in Oklahoma for attempted robbery, and he's in custody.
I think God just decided, okay, he's not going to get away with it. Don't worry about it. So I'm real thankful.
Kenda has Arthur Williams Jr. extradited and brought to CSPD headquarters.
They will conduct a small hearing in front of a judge. Most waive their right to extradition hearings and say, yeah, I'll go back, because they wanted to or not.
Arthur, I'm Lieutenant Kenda, this is Detective Arms.
Shows you ain't got nothing on me. You don't even know my real name.
Oh, yeah? Well, why don't you inform us?
Larry Williams. I just go by Arthur Lorenzo sometimes.
So who knows who he truly is? Maybe he doesn't know either.
Well, whoever you are, I know you're the person that tried to kill Richard Posey. You want to tell us about that?
Yeah, that dude was trying to kill me.
Oh, really?
He went back into the house to get a gun. So Larry said he needed to get a gun, which he did. And then when Richard came back out, he claims that Richard had a gun. And so at that point, Larry shoots him in self-defense.
He said he went inside to obviously get a gun. What's so obvious about him going inside? He lives there.
Oh, Larry or Arthur, whatever your name is, I'm done with you. I've got enough to send you away for a long time.
Why should I be praying for that dude?
Because if he dies, you're going to spend the rest of your life in prison. Get him out of my face.
Get up. Put your hands behind your back.
Larry Williams, a.k.a. Arthur, a.k.a. Lorenzo, is taken to jail to await indictment on criminal charges, which thankfully for Richard Posey only rise to the level of attempted homicide.
Miss Kenda. You kidding? He's going to make it?
Richard Posey is alive by mere chance because Williams had a design to kill him.
My brother, Rodney, he was there. And yeah, I really appreciated that my brother was there, you know, to hold me down. So I believe that God had me all the time. So I give the praises to him. My brother comes second, you know, and he understands that just as well as I do.
At that time, it was a very sad and scary time for us. But now, we've moved on and, you know, but he's here. He's here, he's alive.
With the ballistics results and Richard's testimony, the full story becomes clear.
A toast to my big bro. Finally back in the Springs. Let's do it.
I remember that day just like yesterday. Well, listen, everybody was drinking that night.
Yo, can we get in your party?
Nah, family only.
Oh, yeah? Well, how about we start a little party of our own then?
Some uninvited guest shows up, one of whom is Larry Williams.
Nah, we good. We don't do that over here.
All right, look, I make serious money off of this. You sure you don't smoke rock? You look kind of high right now.
Or is it one of you? Seem like a broke-ass bitch to me.
She basically put this guy down, you know, and embarrassed him a little bit.
Who you calling a bitch?
Whoa. Can I help you?
Mind your own business, man. I'm talking to this bitch right here.
I'm her older cousin. I couldn't stand there to let some man disrespect her. We all grew up together. So she was like a sister to me.
Look, this is a family affair. I don't know why you're going around calling people names.
Hey, get out of here.
Why don't you and your little posse get the hell out of here before you say something you regret?
I said it kind of harsh to him. You don't be talking to my cousin like that, you know, so that could trigger him off too, you know.
Seriously, you think you're... What's up, Rich? Young?
Richard comes in the door and he's very distressed. Williams goes to his car and gets a... Posey collapses face first in the parking lot. Williams walks up to him and shoots him in the back while he's on the ground. Williams then runs, jumps in a car, and drives out of the area and out of the state to avoid arrest.
Rich, hang in there, don't...
I still got bullets, and the older I get, the more pain I'm having and everything, you know. My life is it's just not the same.
Larry Williams assault and is sentenced to 10 years in the state penitentiary. Though Williams's actions almost cost Richard Posey his life, Richard derives no joy from the case's final outcome.
So I feel sorry for Larry Williams. I feel sorry because of his mother, his sister, his father, because they getting ready to lose somebody for some years.
Of what happened to him. He just simply came out and said, "Leave my cousin alone."
How insane is that? That someone resorts to violence over words. Unfortunately, on the street, you encounter that routinely. A pathetic feature of human behavior.
A mother of two is found dead in an abandoned warehouse.
There is a shoelace around her neck.
This was a savage attack, absolutely barbaric.
Are those bite marks?
This shows a degree of animalistic aggression.
There's predators out there in all walks of life.
To catch this monster, investigators' only hope is to piece together the victim's romantic life.
See, taken?
It was not a cut and dried case.
Let me out!
One clue had to lead to another.
Well, we're starting to cook on all 8 cylinders. Give a competent detective one fact, just one, and he will take that fact and move in that direction at warp speed. It is the nature of the work to take a single small thing and make it a big thing.
I just finished my junior year in high school, and I was hanging out with my friends.
Come on, guys, hurry up. Never said the party was going to be here.
We pulled up into a vacant parking lot of a warehouse in the middle of nowhere.
Larry, stop whining. Why does it even matter?
I assumed just from past parties that I was either going to be in a field, maybe a bonfire with some beer and alcohol, or at somebody's house.
Dude, this is trespassing. Let's get out of here. Man, would you chill out? We're already here. Oh! Your face! Come on, I'll show you the party. Man, not cool. Hey, good to see you, girl. Good to see you. What's going on with you? Yeah? Working this party? Yeah. Sweet spot. I like it here. Okay. Yeah, I'll see you around. Tim, man, come on, let's get out of here.
We had actually asked Tim if he would take us home, and he said no one's going home. I knew that they were not going to take me back until the party was over.
Dude, I'm gonna go explore. This place is cool. See you later.
So he's looking around and he sees a pile of insulation. Something twinkled.
Haha, very funny. I can see you laying there.
And he's thinking maybe it was one of his cohorts playing a game on him. Kids will do that.
You can stop playing now.
We sort of laughed it off because throughout the evening people were jumping out of the shadows.
Oh my god.
Tim just walked into the area that me and the other people had been drinking and said he had found a dead body. And I looked down and I was terrified. Probably the most scared I've been in my entire life.
Town, Sergeant Joe Kenda is working late, finishing up paperwork.
At the time, I was a sergeant in the homicide unit.
Hey, Sergeant.
Hey, what are you up to tonight?
You're not working any murders right now, are you?
I said, no, not at the moment. What do you have?
We just got a call about a Jane Doe found in one of the warehouses out in the foreign trade zone. Drennan Road.
Isn't that El Paso County's territory?
Yeah, but the phone call came here first.
They had developed a foreign trade zone which was designed to permit international business to take place without paying local taxes.
I need to check to see if she matches any one of our missing persons, especially the one we got in yesterday.
It's not like a typical missing person report. We have a mother that didn't return home.
Something is very wrong about this woman missing in the manner in which she is.
Family can't get in contact with her. Said this has never happened before.
Thanks.
Abandoned buildings always attract the element of society that engages in illegal behavior because they are places where people are not, and thus you are not observable. No one sees you. No one knows you're there.
Hey, Sergeant.
All right. So what do we got?
They confirmed that this is in fact a Caucasian female in her late 20s or early 30s.
A couple of kids found her, buried in some construction debris.
Any idea how long she's been there?
I'd say at least 48 hours. El Paso detectives are here.
All right. Thanks. Yes, sir.
We're both in the same business.
Detective Hastings?
Between the two agencies is excellent.
What brings you out here? I know it's a long shot, but I wanted to offer assistance in IDing the victim.
Let's go take a look.
We have a missing persons bureau, so does the sheriff's department. But ours contains many more missing persons than theirs do, because the population of the city is much greater than the population of the county.
Outside, coming all the way inside.
The drag marks on the floor indicated that this person was killed in one place and dragged to another. The obvious intent of that dragging was to try to conceal the remains.
They did a poor job of hiding the body.
And they sure did.
The effort to conceal was very amateurish, since about a third of her body was exposed to view.
Manner of death.
We've got a garrote.
Looks like it.
A garrote is a technique where you approach someone from behind, you draw a ligature around the front part of the neck, and you draw both sides from behind. When there is a ligature used in that manner, it produces a deep, deep, very dark bruise, approximately the width. It's a very obvious mark. and is the same size as the shoelace that's still draped over the neck.
Bet that shoelace is from the missing shoe. Did we ever find the other one?
No, but we're still canvassing.
Wouldn't be surprised if this guy was military or ex-military.
Agreed.
This technique is commonly taught to militaries around the world as a method of close-quarter combat and a method of attacking and killing a sentry.
It takes several minutes to kill someone by strangulation. It's absolutely...
Any resemblance to your missing person?
As a matter of fact, yes. If your guys can send me over some photos, I'll give you a call when we have some sort of confirmation.
Definitely. Joe.
Hey, Gary.
Detective Sergeant Gary Brown was the homicide sergeant with the Sheriff's Department.
I'll give you a call when we know more.
All right, thanks. Coroner's on his way. Great. Hey, take a look at this.
In this particular case, Prince, there is a piece of drywall that has a very clear shoe print of an athletic shoe.
Let's get this drywall into evidence, okay?
As El Paso Sheriff's detectives continue their investigation, Kenda returns to CSPD headquarters.
That's everything we have on the missing person. Timeline fits with the 48-hour window.
Wow, she sure looks similar.
Jerry has a photograph of family.
Jan Baker, 41 years old.
Yeah, look at this. Last seen wearing blue slacks.
This really could be her.
Yeah, we're gonna need more.
No, many people look very similar. I've had mothers identify their own sons, and it's not their kid. You can't rely on facial features for identification.
Look here, she was a nurse's aide.
She had to have a background check to work in a nursing home, so we had fingerprints on.
To match our Jane Doe.
Will do.
Later that morning, the El Paso Sheriff's detectives head over to the morgue.
What do you got?
We got a confirmation on the Jane Doe.
They positively identified the remains as those of Jan Baker. That's one and the same. Our body is that woman.
She was a 41-year-old single mom. She was divorced. Her ex-husband lived back east, so he wasn't really in the picture.
My mother was a hard worker, fun-loving, would do anything for us, to keep us safe.
She worked in the medical field. She was trying to make ends meet, raising these two teenage sons by herself.
The coroner determines that the method of death was ligature strangulation.
But take a look at this.
Are those bite marks?
Yeah, that's right.
So this was a savage attack.
What kind of a monster would do this to this woman? Somebody's going to pay for this, and I'm going to see to it. We have a white female murdered in the foreign trade zone off Drennan Road in El Paso County. The coroner positively identified remains reported missing on June the 1st.
The autopsy also provides investigators with another disturbing clue.
There were bite marks on her breast, showing a degree of animalistic aggression towards this female.
Teeth impressions are somewhat like fingerprint impressions, which is an important piece of evidence that you want to preserve.
Thanks, Doc.
Yeah, good luck. See you guys.
Jan Baker was reported missing by her two teenage sons, who she lived with. We are faced with the unenviable task of going to the home and explaining that their mother has been found.
How you doing?
Thanks for coming, Joe.
Of course. Is this place?
This is it.
Informing the family of the victim is the responsibility of the Sheriff's Department, but we work often as one unit. Even though we're not, we offer assistance to each other. It's always difficult to give a death notification. I've done it too many times. So have the Sheriff's Department. So has every policeman.
They showed up at the house.
What's your name?
Mark Baker.
I had that real bad sinking feeling that something's not right here.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
Is there anyone else inside the house?
Just my brother, Scott.
You can see it in their face. They know why you're there before you open your mouth.
They said that they had found the body of my mother. Broke down right there.
We know how difficult this must be. We're going to catch the person that did this, but we need your help.
I was just shocked. I must have cried for like days and days.
Last time you saw your mom?
Well, it was June 1st, around 1 o'clock.
Yeah, she had just dropped us off at the fun park.
She took them to a go-kart area where they could have some fun.
All right, here's some money for the vending machines. Okay, you two, be careful.
Thanks, Mom. Hey, can we get a ride home?
Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry. I'm going to run errands later, and then I'm going out. I'll let you know if I'm going to be late. Love you.
Love you, too.
So she wasn't home for dinner? No, she had already gone out.
You know, you're 41 years old. You're still young enough to want to go out and meet people.
If something came up, she would always call us, but that night she didn't, and we started to get worried.
She would definitely check in with the kids and was usually home by 11:30 every night.
We called the guy, but he said he hadn't seen her all night.
Who was she going out with?
A guy named Edwin Cole.
Well, Jan's sons tell police that she was going out on a date with Edwin Cole, who was somebody that she had been dating for a while.
Can you give us his information?
Yeah, of course.
And so obviously he was probably the last person to see her alive, and so he'd be the first person that they'd want to talk to.
Do you have any relatives staying with you?
Our dad's flying in, and he'll be here later today.
Okay, if he's delayed, or if you need anything at all, there's a CSPD field office right down the street. You just walk in there and ask for me, okay? We're very sorry.
Edwin Cole has some explaining to do. If you were the last person with this woman, and this woman was murdered probably that same night, what exactly were you doing? Were you killing her?
So, I'm gonna head back to the operations center, see if I can't find this guy.
All right, let me know if he's in the city. I'll send him back to you.
Sure.
It turns out to be quite simple to find Edwin Cole. He is employed by the United States Postal Service. He's at work on his route of mail delivery.
Edwin Cole?
Yeah?
My name is Detective James Hastings. This is Detective Gary Brown, by the name of Jan Baker.
Yeah, of course. You know, the boys were calling me about her Friday morning. Is she okay?
Mr. Cole, I'm afraid I have to inform you that Miss Baker is dead.
What?
He is absolutely struck by this. Total shock. Was not aware she was dead.
When did you see her last?
Oh my God, this is all my fault. I stood her up.
He had decided, and so instead of meeting her like they had planned, he just decides to stand her up.
Mr. Cole, the person who killed Ms. Baker is solely responsible and no one else. Can you tell me where you were going to meet up with her?
Yeah, the south side of the city. There's a Springs Motor Inn. There's a bar there where we used to meet in the past.
Mr. Cole is able to describe his during the time frame of this homicide, and they check out that information. He's no longer a suspect in this case.
Thank you.
It's the nature of investigation. You become so thrilled about someone, and then it collapses before your eyes.
Now, we can go to the Springs Motor Inn and talk to the people that were working out. Did Jan show up here?
Hey, can I help you?
So they make contact with Lisa Johnson, who is the bartender at the Springs Motor Inn.
Pasco County Sheriff's Office. Do you recognize this woman?
Of course, that's Jan.
When was the last time you saw her?
I think it was Thursday night.
So they now know that she at least started her evening at the Springs Motor Inn.
Yep, talking to some army guy.
Well, my. Who might that be? Detectives are investigating the murder of Jan Baker. They have been able to discover her last known location was the Springs Motor Inn motel that had a restaurant bar. And this was close to where Jan Baker lived.
El Paso Sheriff's detectives speak with the bartender who was working the night Jan...
Son of a bitch Edwin stood her up. I think she had a few drinks before she was talking to that army guy.
seat taken?
No, it's not.
Can I buy you a drink?
She was a lonely woman that had been stood up on a date. She already had a couple of drinks and wanted to talk about what was going on in her life.
You have this guy maybe sit down and offer to buy you a drink. Somebody who's being nice to me, and maybe she felt safe because he told her he was in the army.
So, who is this jerk anyway?
Nobody. Just some guy I've been seeing.
He doesn't know what he's missing. I'd be willing to go AWOL and miss a date with someone like you.
The bartender remembers him saying to Jan that he was in the process of transferring from Fort Carson to Fort Sill, Oklahoma.
Go have some fun, huh?
Sure. Why not? Go.
Then they just left. Said they were gonna go bar hopping. Maybe head over to the Red Lion.
Is there anything else you can remember about him?
The bartender said this individual was probably in his middle 30s and had red hair and a short military haircut.
Just your typical army guy. We get him staying here at the motel all the time.
Did he actually...
Just kind of got that feeling.
May we speak with the owner?
Of course. He's in the front office.
That's another lead. Let's check and see if we have anybody registered that may be associated with the military base out at Fort Carson.
In the time that this incident occurred, you had to fill out a registration card.
Can I help you, detectives?
With your name, your place of employment, as required.
Someone who was possibly staying here Saturday night is a person of interest in an investigation. I wonder if you see the files from June 1st through the morning of June 2nd.
Don't see why not.
If the bartender is correct, and he's a resident of this hotel, they will have that information on the registration card. So when they reviewed these registration cards, they determined there were 9 guests in the occupation as the United States Army.
Thanks.
Investigators then went to Fort Carson and met with CID, and that's a Criminal Investigative Command. Sort of like the FBI within the U.S. Army.
Detectives are hoping CID can help them zero in on one of the 9 soldiers who stayed at the Springs Motor Inn.
We believe one of your NCOs is the person that we're covering. I believe our office faxed over some information to you.
Yeah, we cross-referenced it. 3 of the names on the list were our guys.
Red hair, transferring soon to Fort Sill. Got anyone like that?
Yes, sir. This third one looks like a pretty good match.
What's his name?
Ricky C. Perryman.
Not only does Sergeant Perryman resemble their suspect, he happens to Heckard.
There's a couple of notes about discipline.
Insubordination.
No. Actually, he's overly enthusiastic of the discipline of others.
He believes he is in charge of everyone. And if he tells you to do something and you question why you should do it, he becomes instantly enraged. What happens when Jan Baker says no to a personality that doesn't take no for an answer?
Can I use your phone?
Perryman is in contact with Jan Baker late in the evening of the 1st of June.
Sheriff's Department.
It's Detective Hastings.
Hey, how are you? I need detectives sent to the Springs Motor Inn.
All right, man. We need any information about the room being occupied by
a Ricky Perryman on June 1.
No worries, I'm happy to help. When did he check out? Where was he, given the time frame involved?
Thank you.
Is this guy's going abroad, not to Fort Sill, Oklahoma. He's going to be stationed in Germany.
I don't know why that seems so odd. Makes perfect sense to me that a murderer could also be a liar. Any idea where he could be?
No, sir.
So this person is in limbo.
He's off our radar until he reports in to be transported to Germany next month. You can ask his wife.
He's married?
Says he just got married back. She's employed at the Broadmoor Hotel.
Thanks so much for your help.
Great lead. Okay, now we've got something else, another piece of that puzzle that we're connecting to get that bigger picture.
Detectives respond to the Broadmoor Hotel. They make contact with her.
Excuse me, are you the wife of Ricky Perryman?
Yes, can I help you?
Detectives Brown and Hastings from El Paso. Do we have a more private place to speak?
Okay. Let me take a break.
Well, Mrs. Perryman tells police that between the two of them, they have 5 kids through different marriages that they've had or relationships. And actually, they've only been married for about a month.
What's this all about?
We have reason to believe your husband has some information for us, but we're unable to locate him.
Okay.
Can I ask you what happened?
Police, when they're interviewing her, start noticing some bruises on her.
Ricky and I have been fighting a lot lately. About 5 days ago, we were in the car and he crossed the line.
You're supposed to be navigating. Where are we?
I'm sorry. I think we were supposed to make a left on Bribery.
How can you not know that? It's on the map. I asked you to do one thing. You need the king. Now, not going anywhere.
Let me out!
And then he hit me so hard, and it was over nothing. I just couldn't believe it.
And when she said, "Why did you hit me?" his response was, "I am the king."
And what does he mean when he says, "I'm the king"?
You know, like he's the boss. He's in charge, and I need to obey him.
Hit her, assault her, and call her names.
So already that tells police right there that Ricky Perryman is a violent man.
Now, isn't that interesting? So Mr. Perryman fits to a T. Not a little bit, but totally.
He called me afterwards and told me he was staying in a hotel that night and that he was going to his brother's the next day. He said he wanted to work things out. Let's see.
His brother. Do you have his name and contact information?
I don't even know his brother's name, but he lives in Ricky's hometown in Oklahoma.
So he left her in the afternoon of June the 1st. She hadn't seen him since.
Where did you say he was going?
Lawton, Oklahoma. His brother's there.
You know what else is in Lawton, Oklahoma?
Lawton, Oklahoma happens to be the...
And in this particular case, he probably knew he was going to Oklahoma to visit his brother, but he tells Jan Baker, "Oh, I'm going to Fort Sill, Oklahoma, because I'm being transferred out there." Okay. Part true, part lie.
Thank you, Mr. Perryman. We will be in touch.
While Hastings and Brown head back to the sheriff's department, their team is making progress at the Springs Motor Inn.
This is the room the gentleman stayed in since.
And how would you describe the state of the room when he checked out?
It was like nobody even stayed here. All I had to clean was the bathroom.
The detectives at the hotel further determined that someone took a shower, but no one ever went to bed in that room.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. I didn't even have to make the bed. It was untouched.
Okay, thanks for your help.
Well, left in quite the hurry to get to Oklahoma.
So where was he? Between 10 and 11 and 4 in the morning. He wasn't in bed in that room. Mr. Perryman is in deep trouble. Detectives are investigating the death of Jan Baker. That investigation has revealed a prime suspect in her disappearance and probably in her death as well. His name is Ricky Cecil Perryman, 35 years of age, active duty Army.
With Sergeant Perryman believed to be out of the state, the El Paso Sheriff's detectives need help locating him.
Oklahoma Sheriff's Department. Yeah, hello, this is Detective Hastings from the El Paso County Sheriff's Department in Colorado.
It's not uncommon for law enforcement agencies to reach out and seek help from other law enforcement agencies.
Well, hey, Detective, what can we do for you today?
When you said we're working an active homicide case, was last known to be with our victim, and we believe this person's in your city.
We'll certainly do what we can to help.
Great, thank you.
And they ascertained Perryman's brother's address, and they asked the sheriff's department to make a drive-by and see if Perryman's car is there.
I've got eyes on a vehicle with Colorado tags. Am I making contact?
Negative. Return to patrol.
El Paso County Department in Oklahoma to arrest Perryman because they don't have any grounds. What they do need to do is get in an airplane and fly to Lawton, Oklahoma, and have a conversation with Mr. Perryman.
Detectives will need to convince their suspect to come in for an interrogation. But that turns out to be far easier than expected.
Hi, my name is Ricky Perryman. I'd like to find out why you guys are surveilling me.
Knew he was being looked for, or perhaps his wife called him and said that the detectives had interviewed her.
Mr. Perryman, we're working with the El Paso Sheriff's Department. It appears they're looking to ask you some questions about an open investigation.
Well, I'd be happy to talk to him.
Okay, great.
So he gave himself to that law enforcement agency while investigators in Colorado Springs flew to...
So, Mr. Perryman, you now have an opportunity to explain yourself, and you better be exceptionally good at it, because we have a lot of questions for you.
So, what's this all about?
Do you recognize this woman?
Sure. We, hung out at the Motor Springs Inn last Thursday night. We actually...
Perryman kept saying, you know, I was lonely, I was fighting with my wife. So yeah, we kissed several times.
Did you have sexual relations with that woman?
It didn't get that far.
Mr. Perryman says he was going to bring her back to the hotel to be with him.
Hey, you want to go get a nightcap?
He said when we left the last bar we were in and got out in the parking lot, she just threw up every...
I'll be fine.
And, you know, that kind of killed the mood, if you know what I mean. And then she said that she was leaving and that she didn't need my help getting home.
He left her alone in the parking lot of the Springs Motor Inn, and he went to his room by himself.
So you left the hotel and checked out at 4 o'clock in the morning. Kind of early, right?
Sleep, I wasn't tired, I took a shower. I just wanted to get a head start in the drive to Oklahoma, so I left. And I drove to Oklahoma from that motel.
I think we have a problem, Mr. Perryman. You see, Jan Baker was found murdered. And you were the last person to see her alive.
Wait, what? She's dead? It's terrible.
Mr. Perryman offers nothing but denial.
Her body was found in an abandoned building in the foreign trade
zone.
Detectives already knew that he drove by there every day on his way to work to Fort Carson. So they weren't buying the fact that he didn't know that building even existed.
Ricky, if you're willing, would you do some tests for us?
Sure. Like what?
He's being very cooperative. We want to keep that cooperation going.
We want to run some forensic tests. Hair, blood samples. And we'd also like to get impressions of your teeth.
Sure, whatever you need. I have nothing to hide.
But before they release Perryman, something else catches their eye.
He is wearing a pair of pro-wing athletic shoes. Shoes can be examined like fingerprints. Nobody walks the same way. There are different wear patterns on shoes.
Are those your only pair of sneakers?
Yeah, that's all I've got.
Would you mind if we take those back to the lab with us as...
Whatever you need.
Put them in this bag, please.
It's not unheard of that a person of interest would be so forthcoming. Ricky Perryman laid a smooth plate out there for everybody to see. This is what happened that evening, and it had nothing to do with the murder.
You know, I really hope you guys are writing all this down in your report. I'm giving you everything you need.
Your cooperation will be noted.
They ask him where he's going. He says he's going back to his brother's. They inform him they'll be in touch with him as time wears on.
While the samples are sent to the labs for testing, the detectives head back to Colorado to wait for the results. The team has high hopes that Sergeant Ricky Perryman's teeth impressions on the victim's body.
And if it's the same mark, the same everything, then a forensic odontologist could certainly testify that, yes, this person committed this bite.
Detective?
What is it?
This just came for you. It's from the forensic odontologist.
Thanks. Damn, bite marks are inconclusive. I can't prove if Perryman's responsible or not.
Unfortunately, with Jan Baker, being bit on the breast is a very fleshy area. It's not like an arm where the bite's going to be very hard and very consistent. It's not going to be an exact bite.
There is a certain nervousness that carries on through these cases that you're all this one.
But there's still one lab test that can make or break the case.
Hastings.
This is the lab in Pueblo.
We have the result of that shoe print.
Yeah?
The examiner says that. There were patterns and distinctive marks on the sole of Mr. Perryman's shoe matches perfectly with the shoe print on the drywall at the crime scene.
So that linked Jan Baker and the crime scene. They made a positive identification, without a doubt.
Okay, thanks. We got him.
Let's go pick him up.
Mr. Perryman is no longer a person of interest. He's prime suspect, and he is a defendant, and we have a warrant that says so. When detectives from the Sheriff's Department discovered the remains of Jan, they had their work cut out for them. But after a long and intense investigation,
That shoe absolutely made that print.
it resulted in enough evidence to charge Ricky Perryman in the death of Jan Baker.
With Sergeant Ricky Perryman now back home in Colorado, the El Paso Sheriff's Office closes in for the arrest.
Step outside, please. Ricky C. Perryman, you're under arrest for murder.
I don't want a lawyer.
They inform him that's fine, that is his right. They took him back to the state of Colorado to face charges.
Even without a confession, detectives are able to reconstruct the events of June 1st.
In this investigation, we've learned that Jan Baker is scheduled to have a date that evening with someone she likes. She is unaware of the fact that this individual no longer likes her, and he stands her up on purpose at this bar.
Don't worry about Edwin. It was his loss.
Yeah, maybe.
So here she is, distressed, upset, drinking, and along comes Ricky Cecil.
Is he taken?
No, it's not.
A nice-looking guy, great big guy, much bigger than her. They strike up a friendly conversation, and one thing leads to another.
Can we get out of here? Go have a little fun?
Why not? Let's go.
At some point, they leave this establishment, and somehow or other, they wind up together in an abandoned in the Ford Trade Center on Drennan Road.
Place that I drive by on my way to work. Thought we might be able to get some privacy here.
At this point, it's my opinion that Mr. Perryman advances toward her sexually.
You're really beautiful, you know that?
Thanks. Corky, it's been...
They're fine.
And for whatever reason, she decides to put a stop to it.
No, I mean it. Take me home. Maybe we can do this another time. Please, this way.
We know enough about Mr. Perryman's personality to know that he's volatile.
Stop, let me go. You're crazy.
And when someone challenges his authority over someone, he becomes enraged. A struggle results.
You'll go when the king says you'll go.
He winds up pulling her shoelace out of her shoe.
Stop, let me go.
And he strangles her with it. Running off into a corner in a feeble attempt to hide the body. What he doesn't think about is he's wearing a pair of shoes he wears every day. He leaves footprints in and around the body and leaves it on a piece of drywall he ultimately tries to use as a cover of the remains. And then he leaves the Springs motor in, checks out of his room, and drives to Oklahoma, thinking that no one will be the wiser.
Ricky Perryman is ultimately convicted of second-degree murder.
He's an aggressive predator. And he was sentenced to 36 years. And that's where he meant to be. Incarcerated, in prison, removed from society.
I think that her life was stolen from her. She didn't even get the chance to be, a grandmother. She didn't get the chance to see what her kids would have grown up to accomplish. And that's a shame.
I believe Mr. Perryman had a rage within his system that he couldn't control. And everybody that knew him said that about him. This crime says that about him as well.